Weight loss myth number 5, dietary fat will make you fat. You've got to reduce dietary fat to lose weight. Just not true. In fact, it's really just the opposite. It's just the opposite of that. Dietary fat does not make us fat. First of all, fat storage, weight gain, weight loss, that's all regulated by hormones. And so the food that stimulates fat storage hormone the most is actually carbohydrates, starchy carbohydrates, okay? And we all know this, right? Stimulate sugar and starch, potatoes, corn, table sugar, candy, cookie, those cake, all that kind of stuff. Stimulates insulin, right? Insulin is a fat storage hormone. It takes fuel to muscles, but also takes fuel to our fat cells. Because weight loss is not about calories, it's about hormones. Now the whole dietary fat thing, one was dietary fat is higher per gram, has more calories than carbohydrates or protein, twice as many. So if you're trying to regulate calories, they say, oh, reduced dietary fat has more calories, as if you're not going to eat more. You're going to eat to the point of satiety. You're going to eat to have more the calories that you need. It's hormonally driven. But what really drives fat storage, ask any diabetic, okay, who was prescribed insulin, what happened when they start taking insulin. I guarantee you they gained more weight that they couldn't even control, like they had no more control over it. You can make anyone gain fat weight by giving them insulin. Doesn't matter who they are, give it to me. I've never been obese in my life. But you start giving me insulin on a daily basis, I will put on fat weight. That's just how it is. It's a hormonal, it's a hormonal driver for fat storage. So eating fat, actually, dietary fat. So if you just ate butter, let's say you ate a spoonful of butter, no effect on insulin, none. So when insulin goes up, we start storing fat, we stop releasing stored fat. Spoonful of sugar, definitely insulin goes up, you stop releasing stored fat because your blood sugar is going to be up, your body's trying to get the sugar out of the bloodstream, it's not going to release more fuel, break down more fat to turn into fuel to go into the bloodstream when it's trying to store it. So the whole dietary fat thing, in fact, most of my career as a personal trainer, I've been recommending higher fat, moderate protein, low carb diets for weight loss. And my Food Comes First Weight Loss Academy, that's what we do. We follow a diet that is 60 to 70% dietary fat. Carbohydrates, 10, maybe 15% for some people. They can make that work, but it's usually closer to 10% of total calories, with protein in the 20% range. Because carbohydrates are what stimulate insulin the most. Fat does not, but we can burn fat for fuel and keep accessing body fat storage by keeping insulin levels low. So by adjusting macronutrients, keeping the carbs low, and adjusting how often we eat, we're able to better access our fat stores. So it's really not about dietary fat, and plus dietary fat tastes really good. Things like butter on that broccoli, right? Eating the steak and not being afraid of it, having eggs with the yolks there, all good stuff, okay? Lots of olive oil, lots of nuts, avocados, okay? Wonderful foods, natural foods, whole foods that we're meant to eat that are really good for us and that our body needs. Our body needs that dietary fat. Our body needs that dietary cholesterol to replace brain matter, for energy, every cell in our body uses cholesterol to generate hormones. We use cholesterol to generate our sex hormones. All sorts of hormones generated by cholesterol. We use cholesterol to transport triglycerides out of our liver and to the other places in our body that need that energy. So otherwise, if you don't have enough choline or cholesterol, those triglycerides are going to build up in your liver and cause fatty liver. Crazy, right? These fats have a function in our body. By eliminating them, we are limiting the normal function that our body is used to having to make us work. Back in from 1860s on, a low carb diet was pretty much the standard recommendation. You cut back on starchy food and sugar to lose weight, until 60s or 70s when this whole dietary guidelines for Americans came out. We're going to lower fat, increase carbohydrates. What happened when that came out in 77 and 1980? We got a new food pyramid. We started gaining weight nonstop. Obesity, and then followed by diabetes since that happened. But prior to that, 100 years prior to that, everyone knew cut back on carbs to lose weight. It's just common knowledge. And as I mentioned in last week's video, American College of Cardiologists issued, American Heart Association's diet in 1995 was eat 6 or more servings of cereals, breads, pastas, non-fat foods, and choose fruit punches and carbonated beverages to drink. Yeah, that didn't help either, did it? Everyone knows now, it's obvious. More sugar means that we stored more fat. So if you like this information, you found this beneficial, I'd love for you to join us in my Food Comes First group. We've got a free group on Facebook. You're welcome to join us. Just drop a comment or a heart in the comments, and I'll be happy to send you the link so you can get more of this kind of insight into what I teach my Academy members. Talk to you later.